Hey, what's up guys? JD Venom here, back with you for another reaction video. Today we're going to be looking at popular burger chains that might not be around much longer. 2021 is here. 2020 is in our rear view. It's crazy. So far 2021 hasn't been too bad so far. This is a video by Mashed. Go check them out. Their video and their channel will be down in the description. Go subscribe to them and thank them for allowing me to have the ability to react to their videos. But let's check it out. And also as well, before we begin, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to follow me on Twitter. And let's get into it right now. Let's check it out.
Despite the potential health risks associated with red meat and the environmental impact of factory farming, Americans still love their hamburgers.
Actually, just had one maybe about a couple hours before I did this video
but still, some burger chains keep shutting down shop, making us wonder if they might definitely be closing for good. If Steak and Shake is your go-to milkshake spot and burger chain, you better enjoy them while they last, as the chain seems to be shutting down locations nationwide. Steak and Shake has been around since 1934 when it started with a mission to serve high-quality hamburgers, with beef ground on site from prime cuts like round, sirloin, and T-bone, and milkshakes. The coronavirus pandemic has taken a huge toll on this country's restaurants, but perhaps the ones that were already struggling to stay afloat have suffered the most. By 2019, Steak and Shake had already closed over 100 locations. Since the pandemic set in, it has closed more than 50 more, but its leadership claims it is still determined to stay afloat by accelerating its transition to counter service and drive-through rather than dine-in services. It will be interesting to see if the chain's amped up, more fast food-oriented approach helps the surviving restaurants stay in business. You'll have to find another burger chain to live out your favorite Jimmy Buffett song, Fantasy. Cheeseburger in Paradise officially closed its final location in September of 2020, with beginnings.
You know, these are not burger chains, but you know, you remember Blockbuster Video or Hollywood Video? Man, the video store and renting videos and video games from there, you know, back in the 90s and early 2000s it's just an experience that you'll never, ever get back. Everything's digital now, including video games now. So GameStop's going down the tube. But you know, just having that experience of just you know, getting the video game. This is the video game. It's my cell phone. Look, it's my cell phone here. But you know, you just hold it right in your face. You look at the back of it and be like, oh, this movie looks awesome. This video game this may look good. And when you get home and you know, you play the movie or you play the video game, it's terrible, you know what I mean? But that's just the experience of it.
In 2002, launched by the namesake creator Jimmy Buffett, who has been singing the famous Cheeseburger in Paradise song since 1978. The chain boasted 38 locations across 17 states at its height. But
hey, at least he still has Margaritaville. I still see Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville still around.
By 2012, when it was purchased by Texas company Luby's Inc., it had just 23 locations. High hopes dwindled as Luby's gradually started shutting down the restaurants over the course of 8 years of ownership.
So Luby's owns Cheeseburger in Paradise?
In 2018, and the final location closed its doors in March of 2020 due to concerns about the COVID-19 pandemic, but didn't announce its official permanent closure until the following September.
But Luby's is still around. No, I think that was just the,
Roy Rogers is the only quick-service burger chain restaurant where you can choose between a hamburger, fried chicken, and roast beef. Unfortunately, that wide array of options might not be enough to keep this long-running East Coast and Mid-Atlantic staple above water. At its peak, Roy Rogers had over 600 locations, but that has dropped to fewer than 50. 7 locations closed in 2019, despite efforts to revitalize since a failed.
Just everything back then looks so much better, like chicken and burgers and everything. Like everything looks like so, like back then everything just looks so pristine. You know what I mean? But
attempt by Hardee's to buy the chain and convert the restaurants to more Hardee's locations. It had either closed or sold off most of the locations. The comeback efforts centered around appealing to a younger generation with creating a user-friendly app and increasing the variety of its offerings. The Fixins Bar used to be a huge appeal for Roy Rogers. Guests could compile the condiments of their choice on their own burger. But now that the coronavirus pandemic has made any kind of buffet-style food service a big no-go, Roy Rogers can't rely on that
like
as a selling point.
Corral, man. I love going
Enjoying
corral,
games and happy hour at TGI Fridays is apparently so 2010s. This once popular hamburger and bar food haven has been closing restaurants left and right for a few years now. TGI Fridays shut down over 30 of its locations in 2019, then announced planned closures of another 70 or so in the late spring of 2020. The coronavirus pandemic is partially to blame for the 2020 closures,
you know what? I've never
but
been
let's
a
not
huge
discount the effect of millennials shunning the family dine-in chain in favor of more fast, casual options and fresher food. Platters of friend appetizers just aren't doing it for the 20 and 30-somethings. And if you're going to give them burgers, they better be gourmet ones. TGI Fridays might not survive this decade, but we'll never forget those loaded potato skins and all that unnecessary flair on the walls.
Do you know what this is about?
My flair.
My flair? Yeah.
We all knew this day would come, so you can shed your tears, but don't act too surprised. Fuddruckers' parent company, Luby's Inc.
Hey man, Fuddruckers back in the day, man. That used to be the shit. Period. Fuddruckers was so good back in the day.
Started unloading the struggling Fuddruckers restaurants to franchisees in January of 2019. But the chain itself has been seriously struggling, especially considering the coronavirus pandemic and the overall slow demise of the family.
Look at that right there, man. That bottom right corner right there. That's San Antonio right there for you.
Dining chain restaurant in America. In May of 2020, there were only 40 Fuddruckers left, and 25 of those remaining burger chain restaurants weren't open because of coronavirus. The writing was sort of on the wall with this one, and that writing isn't welcome to Fuddruckers. Sure enough, in the fall of 2020, Luby's announced plans to liquidate all its assets, including its remaining Fuddruckers.
Luby's been buying out a lot of people, man.
But Fuddruckers are still planning to operate under localized ownership.
As well. We'll see. We'll see
how
the
first Red Robin restaurant started slinging hamburgers to Seattle residents in the 1960s. Known now for its gourmet burgers and bottomless steak fries, the brand grew and became a reliable burger chain through the crossover into the 21st century. However, in recent years, over 500 locations have started to face the strain of changing dining preferences and competition from fast casual competitors. Red Robin closed over 30 of its locations in April of 2020 amid concerns over the coronavirus pandemic. But truthfully, the burger joint was already struggling. The company capped 2018 with a whopping $10.6 million loss. A big part of their struggle was being located in so many malls, which themselves were on the decline, with more shoppers gravitating to e-commerce. Will it be the end of this longtime favorite?
Circuit City.
The Habit Burger Grill burger chain started in Santa Barbara, California in 1969, touting its char burger made with perfectly seasoned beef, alongside fresh California-grown produce. The restaurant ultimately expanded to include locations all over the world. But in August of 2019, the Habit Burger Grill shuttered all 3 of its Orlando, Florida locations. According to a statement at the time released by Habit's president and CEO Russ Bendel, the reason for the Orlando closings was solely due to poor performance in that particular market. Wow. Then in the spring of 2020, parent company Yum Brands Inc. announced several restaurant closures for many of its popular establishments across the globe, including the Habit Burger Grill.
Make it a habit.
Perhaps one of the most iconic American fast food burgers.
Let me give you something about Burger King real quick, man. The Burger Kings here in San Antonio are not good at all. There's a couple that are when they're made fresh. When it's made fresh, they are amazing. Amazing burgers. Like, there's not many flame broiled burger spots in the city. We used to have Carl's Jr. here, but that's gone now. And it's a different take on a regular fast food hamburger. But man, their fries are terrible now. They used to be so good back in the late 90s, early 2000s when they were thin. Now they're thicker and they're terrible. They suck, right? You know what I mean? The burgers now, they're dry. The cheese that they put in there is hard. It's like literally like plastic. You know what I mean? It's a shame, man. It's a shame what happened to Burger King, man.
Chains.
I hope they don't go away.
The Whopper and
I don't foresee them going away. They're too big.
Has certainly seen better days. In August of 2020, the King's parent company, Restaurant Brands International, announced plans to close hundreds of its underperforming restaurants, including Popeyes, Tim Hortons, and, yes, Burger King.
They're not going
Of course, Burger King had already closed over 40 of its locations due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but these more permanent closures
they just opened one down the street from my place during the pandemic.
Brands seem to be doing, using the pandemic
I don't think their dining room
is
being used
to
before.
put the nail in the coffin
and the one that they just opened
is
one of the worst ones in San Antonio.
Anyway. Although this certainly doesn't mean the end of times for
You're
Burger King,
brand
in the
new
process of announcing the changes,
establishment
RBI reps
in the
relayed
city,
that while many Burger Kings
and
are closing, it could be an opportunity to build in more optimal locations.
That was pretty cool. That's a cool concept.
Check out one of our newest videos right here.
Terrible. That Burger King down the street from my place is terrible. But guys, that is it. That is 10 fast food burger chains that might be going away soon. Thank you, Mashed, again, for creating this video for me to react to. But that is it, guys. If you did like this here, be sure to leave it a thumbs up on the way out. If you did make it this far in this video, I want you to put down below Whopper. Put Whopper down below in the comment section. That's how I know you made it this far in this video. But that is it, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. And leave a comment where you want me to react to next. But I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Peace out.